Reactor, online. Sensors, online. Weapons, online. All systems, nominal.
Hello everybody, Average Gamer here, and welcome to another wish list episode. So in this episode, I would like to talk to you about, well, timelines for faction warfare. So you always see here that right now we're in quote-unquote Season 1 of faction warfare. Basically where that means nowhere in anything does it say exactly what Season 1 is. I'm assuming it's just we're going to go for a while, and then at a certain point we're all going to reset and then flip over type thing. What I actually thought was something very interesting. So what everyone was talking about is bringing out things like the Mad Cat Mark II, or even additional more 2C variants in the near future, as well as the blank 2s. So like the Marauder 2, the Atlas 2, the Inner Sphere Omni Mechs. All that stuff, right? So people are talking about all these mechs coming out, and then I thought, well, an Omni Mech Atlas or even a Marauder 2 are obviously better than the more upgraded and better version of the current version of it, right? So it wouldn't really be fair if I, in a Atlas DDC, and going up against an Atlas Omni Mech, it's just not fair, right? It's going to kick my ass pretty much guaranteed, especially if Mr. Ridge there is piloting it, him and his Atlases. So what I thought was, well, what if we incorporated, or PGI incorporated, a timeline into these seasons? So, for example, this month, it's everything before a certain date and time. So, mechs between dates A and B, everything that's between this spot, and they'll release a list every day, at the beginning of the month. Here are the following mechs, Inner Sphere and Clan, that are now available. Here's what the map is going to look like, because this is the time zone we're looking at. These are the mechs that everyone can use for Inner Sphere, and here's the ones that everyone can use for Clan. There you go. Boom. Now, I know it'll be a little unfair for some people that don't have the mechs, for example. Like, they'll have to go and buy them with with their hard-earned C-bills, or even harder-earned cash, right? Now, what they can do to offset this is also set up so that when they do this switch over, to make things a lot easier for everyone else, they also switch over the trial mechs. So at the beginning of every month, they roll over the new trial mechs to that era or that timeline in faction warfare, so that it then can click over. Now, how they would integrate these newer mechs into faction or into quick play, I've already mentioned that in a previous video, which was battle value. You can utilize an Atlas 2 or an Omni Atlas. Obviously, would have a higher battle value than a regular Atlas, right? So you'll be able to offset things like that quite easily in quick play. Now, faction warfare, on the other hand, it's hard, right? I mean, how fair is it going to be if I'm running an Atlas 2 versus regular Atlas? So Davian and Steiner are fighting over a planet. Everyone on Team A is running variant 2 mechs, Marauder 2s, Thunderbolt 2s, Atlas 2s. Well, everyone on Davian's running Omni mechs, right? So an Omni Marauder, and some of them are running regular Marauders. So it becomes kind of like a David and Goliath battle at some point. So creating like an era an epoch every month, saying, hey, just so you guys know, in this episode, in this month's season, or this season for the next X amount of months, starting 2 months from now, or hey, just so you guys know, starting they announce it now. Hey guys, just so you know, starting August. Save it for C-bills if you want to, but starting August, we're going to be switching over to 3250. Pull that number out of my ass. So any mechs that are 3250 era, or utilizing 3250, will be run and will only be playable in faction warfare. And show a link that's all the mechs that they have that are running the 3250 era weapons, sensor systems, and all that stuff. Would be fun. And then obviously, as I said, switch the trial mechs over. I know I'm rambling, but I don't care. Switch the trial mechs over so it would be easier. And as I said, to integrate those guys into faction play or quick play, not hard, battle value, all that stuff. I'm just trying to keep this down to like around 5-6 minutes. So yeah, so faction warfare, timelines, utilize different robots that way. See you guys next time on the battlefield. Bye-bye.